So, hey, was geht ab YouTube? Herzlich willkommen zu einer kleinen Präsentation, und zwar der Weltpremiere des Battlefield 5 oder auch gerne genannt Battlefield 2016 Trailers. In knapp 4 Minuten geht's los. Ich wünsche euch viel Spaß bei dieser kleinen Aufzeichnung. Mit mir im TS werden sein der Black Rockstar und der Floyd Fuchs, und wir werden über das Kommende natürlich auch ein bisschen diskutieren.
Moin.
Moin. So, komm. 3 Minuten 40. Also, wir können nochmal Wetten abschließen. Ich sage mal, ich glaube eher an WW 2. Ich glaube, weil WW 1 ist zu gewagt.
Die wollen ja was Gewagtes machen, und
was ich aber gut finde.
Der erste Kommentar war ja zurück zu den Wurzeln. Also spricht einiges dafür, dass die an 1942 anknüpfen wollen. Weil 1943 voll in die Hose gegangen ist. Was
ja, gut,
ich
das war
aber
ja so ein kleiner Ableger für Konsolen, ne? Das waren nur 4 Maps oder so. Das
was viele aber glauben ist, weil in Battlefield 3 und 4 Ansätze zu sehen waren in den Maps, weißt du selber, mit den Mechs, dass sie da in der Baustelle standen. Dass die auf 2142 gehen wollen, anknüpfen, wie auch immer.
Aber hast du dir mal die Panzer angeguckt, diese komischen lahmarschigen Dinger, und so viel freispielen, ich weiß es nicht, es ist schwierig.
Die Leute von der GameStar haben natürlich auch schon gesagt, es ist vieles möglich.
Ja.
Ne? Vietnam wäre möglich.
Ja, Vietnam glaube ich eher gar nicht.
Anknüpfen an Battlefield 2 bzw. 1. Natürlich, Erster Weltkrieg gab es so noch nicht wirklich, ne? Zumindest in der Battlefield-Reihe.
Doch, ich glaube, wer tun ist, glaube ich, gerade, ne? Spielt doch der Dings hier immer.
Also in der Battlefield-Reihe gab es noch keinen World War 1.
Nee. Was
ich mir denken könnte, weil es ist auch angesprochen worden, dass die das komplette Kriegsgenre in einem Spiel unterbringen wollen. Das heißt, angefangen mit WW1, dann World War II.
Multiplayer-mäßig. Da muss ich ja völlig umstellen immer. Das wäre jetzt too much, glaube ich. Da müsst ihr ja richtig viel Content raushauen. Ey, stell mir vor, das sind 1-2 Maps mit WW1, dann hast du 2-3 Maps mit WW2. Das glaube ich nicht, dass sie das machen. Die haben ja auch gesagt, dass sie so ein WW1-Setting machen wollen mit so einem Mischmasch, so nicht unbedingt der. Aber
vorstellbar wäre es, dass du reinher von deinen Punkten her nicht im Rang steigst, sondern in den Szenarien steigst, ja. Wenn du WW1 gemeistert hast, dass du halt die Möglichkeit hast, in WW2 zu spielen und danach in Modern Warfare und natürlich dann später auch im Zukunftskrieg. Je nachdem, wie hoch du kommst, ne, in deiner Wertung.
Ja, werden wir ja gleich erfahren.
Das werden wir gleich sehen. In einer Minute.
Die haben uns verarscht und die machen. Ja, mal gucken.
Und die machen Bad Company 3. Das wäre natürlich auch richtig nice.
Aber obwohl das eigentlich eher so ein Ableger ist von Battlefield. Das gehört ja zur Battlefield-Reihe schon, aber das ist eher so ein Serienableger, ne?
Ja.
Der Chat eskaliert doch voll, ey.
Ja, ich habe den Chat aus, ich habe auch Vollbild.
Ach, ist das spannend, ja. Das noch nie gemacht, aber diesmal gebe ich mir das.
Ja, und nicht ganz 40 Sekunden, jetzt 33 und 30 Sekunden wissen wir mehr.
Das ist ja nie Geburtstag und Weihnachten, alles so. Wenn man sich über so ein Spiel freuen kann, herrlich.
Ja.
Aber 1942 habe ich aber auch nie im Internet gespielt, das immer früher mal so
LAN-Partys, genau.
Ja. Konnte man das eigentlich Multiplayer spielen im Netz? Ich glaube ja, ne?
Ja, es gab Server. Es gibt auch heute noch Server. So, ich bin sehr gespannt. 2, 1 und go.
Oha. Für die Leute gleich abgehen.
Jo.
So, mal auf Fullscreen machen.
Yes! This is awesome. I'm Jose Sanchez, and we are here today to talk about what the internet is losing their mind about, especially today. And we are inviting you to discover the future of Battlefield. It's always an important moment for players when DICE creates a new game and unveils it to the world, and I know you guys are excited, so I've invited Lars Gustafsson, design director from DICE, to help me explain what's going on today, because it's a whole lot. Lars?
Genau, der sollte jetzt erstmal eine Backpfeife kriegen, dafür, dass er 3 und 4 so vergeigt hat.
Also vergeigt ist es jetzt nicht.
Ja, aber haben schon echt viel Bockmist gemacht.
Wow.
How you feeling right now, right?
Excited, I think.
Yeah. Nothing
That's
to be
the
nervous
word.
about.
I mean, I'm super excited, and even more so to see all of
Gustafsson.
these beautiful community people here. It's great times.
And you know, DICE has a stellar reputation in the arena of first-person shooters. Can you tell us how long you've been with the studio?
I've been there since not 1942, but 1999.
That's close. I mean, it's
That's
still
close.
last century.
That's close.
That's still the last.
1999, and it's 17 years now, and to have done that journey, starting with kind of small crew of guys who had big hopes and big dreams, and then managed to kind of push through, start building up the studio, and here we are today, many games later, many what we find as victories later, and I'm just super proud to be here with you tonight.
And you know, obviously, today is a. I mean, it's an exciting time. It's exciting.
Yes.
Today is the day that first-person shooter fans have been waiting for a long time, because you were here to reveal the future of Battlefield.
I mean, it's incredibly exciting, and then just seeing everything in and around us on the nets building up ahead of this. I mean, since for us, it's always so super important that we push ourselves to come up with new ideas and new experiences, to push the boundaries and the ingredients of Battlefield forward. You know, it's the all-out war on an epic scale. It's immersive gameplay. It's strategy. It's team play and destruction.
I mean, who doesn't love destruction?
Oh, yes.
Destruction.
Oh,
Yeah. No, I love destruction. And it's something
da sollen wir mal ordentlich Gas
brutal
geben.
needed.
Alles kaputt machen.
So,
Ne?
I mean, what we're going to show here today is how all of this and these experiences come to life in the next milestone of the Battlefield franchise.
But first, let's take a look back, not quite to last century, but at least to 2002, when you guys delivered the first Battlefield with Battlefield 1942.
Mann, das ist auch wieder spannend.
Yes, I mean,
Yep.
let me take you back to my youth.
Time travel.
When the world was quite different, to be honest. There were primarily single-player games, and when we talked about shooters, it was primarily the classical arena shooters, which we all loved, but we wanted more. We looked a lot at flight simulators, tank simulators,
Goat
ship
simulators?
Not goat, they weren't invented yet, I think. But in all of this, I mean, we wanted to do more, and we pushed ourselves, and I guess the outcome became Battlefield 1942, where we took the best of these and kind of merged them into a sandbox that became all-out war. You know, it was land, sea, and air vehicles and epic maps. It was team play, much more of the team play to capture objectives. And all of this fueled by what we always talk about, the rock, paper, scissors gameplay. And
Solid gameplay.
no, I always lose. But I mean, to us, we started to shape something. This became a formula, and by building Battlefield 1942, we started to see that there is a space for us where we can be unique and build a game that people haven't gotten to experience before. And I don't think we have a lot of trust in ourselves and high hopes, but it wasn't until that summer 2002 when we released the demo of Wake Island, where we started to get feedback from all of you out there that we're onto something, and I think we were.
Ja, stimmt allerdings. Die Battlefield 2 Maps sind sehr gut angekommen in 3 und 4. Ne?
14 years later proves that you guys obviously did something right with Battlefield. So how do you take something amazing and make it even better with Battlefield Vietnam and Battlefield 2?
That's the challenge. You don't want to be a one-hit wonder. So what we did was, as developers, we tried to look at, okay, this is the formula for Battlefield, we think. Can we transfer that into a new era? So what we did was starting to build Battlefield Vietnam. It's a totally different experience. It's dense jungles, moist, you have the beautiful music, all the songs we love, but it's also very different gameplay. So we pushed ourselves to see could this work, and ultimately I think we managed to do it. That's at least my personal experience. It's a great game if I get to say so, which I do tonight.
You can.
But then we kept on pushing ourselves with Battlefield 2, contemporary era or modern era, with we wanted to push team play, communication so much further. And the whole reasoning here was that we wanted to provide the players, you guys and gals out there, to get to experience what we had felt when we sat in the office playing far too many hours of Battlefield 1942. And we were yelling and screaming, it's take that objective and cover me and enemy tank. But that wasn't really possible to do to that extent with Battlefield 1942 online. So we focused on team play, strategy, and I think, the history shows that it paid off, and it resonated well with the community. So now it's more of a given part of the Battlefield universe.
And where do you think was the turning point for the franchise? What had happened?
Ooh, tricky questions on the stage. I would say that it was 2008. This was it was a new generation of consoles that came out, the old new generation of consoles. And by that, we built a new engine called Frostbite. In order to push that forward, we also decided to splinter off a bit and create something that we called Battlefield Bad Company. This series had a very different style and tone, I would say, and I loved the humor and the charm around it, and it seemed like a lot of people picked up on it. So that style and tone, in combination with what Frostbite allowed us to do, the destruction, much more dynamic environments that I had been hoping and trying to get for many years, but now we had the technology to do it. So that was a huge leap forward. We got so much more attention for that game, and then, from there on, it's just been crazy. Battlefield 3 totally exploded, and it was such coverage on that game. And then Battlefield 4, and most recently Battlefield Hardline by our friends over at Visceral Games, a great crew. So when I look back at that,
Hardline war nur nicht der Burner,
has been a big part of it, but we also focused very much on immersion. The feeling of actually being there on the battlefield, triggering all your senses. So when I look at it and when I listen to the feedback from the community, this second era has really been about
Wir werden auch die neue Technik da einsetzen, die sie in Star Wars eingesetzt haben.
Ja.
Photometrische abgefotografierte Dings in 3D, das sieht geil aus.
Oh yes, I wouldn't be standing here and we wouldn't be releasing a new game if it wouldn't have been for all of you beautiful people out there, since it was clear already during 1942 that the success of that game was very much to all of you out there. And a lot of time has passed since then, but the most recent testament to this cooperation and feedback loop is the community test environment, where we invite community. Yes. Woo! Yes. Where we invite the community to be part of the process of developing and refining Battlefield into an even better experience. And I think there's so many brilliant minds out there and creative minds. So it's not only improving and coming up with new things, but it's even been building new maps, and to the point that we started to hire people from this environment. So it's brilliant people out there just waiting to help out, and I love that.
Yeah, and it's cool having a community that you can pull from.
Oh yes, yes, we love great people, and apparently the world is.
So, können wir schauen, ihr seht es selber.
But also this,
der Chat explodiert förmlich.
It is shown in so many ways. Just talking about the videos, for example, from 1942 and onwards, and we have many of the greatest minds and the greatest video makers here today. It makes us as developers so freaking very happy.
You can say freaking. That's fine.
I can say freaking.
That's fine.
Okay.
Don't go any further than that.
Yes. We love you. And it's not only the videos, it is the emblems, the creativity you induce. It's even to the point that back in my office, or our office, by my seats, I have this toilet lid cover that is airbrushed with the Battlefield 2 logo and motive, done by our fans, and I'm glad you got to love it.
I'm glad that's at your desk.
Gleich kommen wir mit Tränen.
It is. You can be safe.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so cool.
to me, Battlefield isn't only fun to play, but it is also fun to watch.
It's definitely fun to play, and it's even more better to watch. So are you going to show us something to watch? Are you going to show us the new Battlefield? Huh? Yeah? Is it time?
Oh Mann, jetzt geht's los.
Actually, we are bringing a special guest for this honor. So please welcome Patrick Söderlund to the stage.
Oh, mega Riesen-Event da.
Lars.
Ja.
I'm humbled to be here today. And as I stand here thinking about the new game, I can't help but be very excited about the future of the franchise and the future for first-person shooters.
Oh, Vice President.
Battlefield holds a very special place in my heart. I've been involved in each and every game since the beginning of the series. It's been a part of my life for almost 2 decades. It was the first true sandbox game. It was the first game to mix land, sea, and air vehicles. And now, it's going to break new ground again. I know this because the developers at DICE have created something new, something special in their own signature way. They hold themselves to the highest standards. They drive to be the best. They push boundaries and always strive for more. I want to thank the people back home in Sweden for their dedication and passion. Talking about passion, the greatest games are always built on passion. Passion from the game makers like the team at DICE. Passion from all of you out there, the fan community. That's what inspires me. That's what gets me out of bed every morning. All of this comes together in Battlefield. It always has. Let me tell you one thing, making games is exciting, but it's also hard. Creating amazing experiences takes a unique mix of creativity, technology, craftsmanship, and a community. The creativity, the dynamic, adaptive gameplay is what keeps things fresh. Dynamic environments, incredible destruction. These are the choices that mean no battle is ever the same. Technology, powered by the Frostbite engine, Battlefield has always been at the leading edge. Unmatched visuals, unmatched gameplay. Using Frostbite, awesome things come to life. Craftsmanship, one of the coolest things about game development. It's the only art form that brings together experts from so many areas. Even more than movies, games are the only medium that blends artists, engineers, technologists, musicians, and designers to create amazing, immersive, interactive entertainment. And the fourth thing is the community. You're the linchpin of all. The community is the engine that drives the action. I've seen you guys pull off some crazy stunts in Battlefield, and I can't wait to see what you guys do next. All of this is why Battlefield is so dear to me.
Der Schatten vom Frodo sieht aus wie eine Comicfigur.
And as a game maker. Now, it's time to show you where Battlefield is going next. Everything you're about to see was captured in engine. This is Battlefield 1.
Aha.
Battlefield 1, okay.
Ups, leise. Heftig. WW1.
Ja. Geil. Erden. Boah, geil. Die alten Flugzeuge, ey, fett. Nice.
first on Xbox One with EA access.
Heftig, heftig.
Geil, das war nicht so viel gut.
That was awesome.
Den alten
Holy
Dinger.
crap.
Ich hatte recht, Erster Weltkrieg. Bam!
Schön mit den alten geilen Flugzeugen.
Can we play it
Das
again?
hole ich mir.
Ja, ja, das ist klar.
I think everybody liked it. Can we do that? Can we play one
Ja,
more
jetzt
time?
hängen wir
We
auf
can?
Gameplay.
Yes! Play it again!
Oh, fett.
Play it first on Xbox One with EA access.
It's even better.
Ja, das war er, der erste offizielle Battlefield-Trailer. Battlefield 1, so wird es heißen. Und wenn ihr in Zukunft nichts mehr von dem neuen Battlefield versäumen wollt, dann zeigt mir das mit dem Daumen, wenn ihr mehr sehen wollt. Ja? Oder abonniert mich direkt. Es wird jetzt regelmäßig News zu Battlefield geben. Und wir schalten wieder rein.
That was rad. Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you.
So, da bin ich wieder.
Also have a little more
Heftig,
help.
heftig,
I'd like
ne?
to bring out senior producer from DICE, Mr. Alex Grondal. Well done.
Die zeigen noch Gameplay oder?
Ja, das wäre cool, ne? So die ersten Gameplay-Szenen. So einen Trailer machen ist ja nicht schwer.
Also, I'd like to introduce
Aber
Wesley
sah
to
echt
the
geil aus.
stage.
Ja. Den fetten Zeppelin, Alter. Ich denke mal, das wird so sein wie der Bomber, dass er durch den Bildschirm fliegt und du oben in den Kanzeln sitzen kannst.
Oder es kann sein, dass du ihn von oben angreifen kannst. Also dann kannst du ja bestimmt runterballern oder du kannst
Battlefield 1.
2142 vielleicht da irgendwie rein.
Schauen wir mal, was wir noch zu sagen
for
haben.
this, Alex?
I'm very excited. Finally, we get to reveal this secret that we've been working on for so many years. And I know the team and I have been waiting for this moment, and I'm super happy to be able to share this moment with you guys, our fans, and everyone else out there on the internet. So yeah, we're super excited.
Boah, guckt euch mal den Chat
Lars,
an,
the,
der eskaliert.
the trailer,
ey.
Lars?
Yeah.
It's out there!
Ja, schauen wir uns mal kurz den Chat an.
No, it's
Alle
more
schreiben
than
RIP
super
COD.
exciting. It's once again, as Alex says,
Ja,
what to do
RIP
here
COD,
in front
RIP
of you,
COD. Ja, ich kann es verstehen.
you out there is yeah, showing up your newborn baby and revealing it to the world. It's
So, wir machen hier nochmal kurz leiser, damit wir die MTS hören. Es ist ja so, COD kannst du nicht mit Battlefield vergleichen. Ich meine, jeder versucht ein geiles Gameplay hinzumachen, aber COD ist um Längen kein Battlefield.
Nee.
Das ist schnelles Gameplay mit Springen an der Wände laufen, gerade jetzt das neue Black Ops 3, was draußen ist. Und jetzt haben die schon das neue COD im Weltraum angekündigt. Also COD kannst du einfach nicht mit Battlefield vergleichen, das ist ganz einfach so. Und das war schon immer so.
Der wird bestimmt mehr fliegen, weil wenn ich immer dieses Spiel auch nutze, dieses Warstar haben, wenn du diesen einen Doppeldecker kriegst, das ist richtig geil. Die sind nicht so sau schnell, weißt du, da kannst du noch fliegen mit, sag ich mal. Dann fliegst du nicht über die halbe Map in 2 Sekunden quasi, ne? Das ist schon geil.
Ich meine, wer schnelles Gameplay mag oder so, COD, klar, auch grafisch irgendwo der Hammer. Auch, ich habe mir das angeguckt, das Black Ops 3 und Modern Warfare habe ich mir auch angeguckt. Und spielerisch Multiplayer war COD 2 eigentlich das Beste.
Ja, fand ich auch. Das Weltkrieg, das habe ich auch gespielt.
Gerade so im Multiplayer. Und danach wurde es Multiplayer immer schlechter. Und ja, keine Ahnung. Man kann es nicht mit Battlefield vergleichen. Battlefield und CD sind echt 2 Paar verschiedene Schuhe.
Unkopierbar irgendwie. Das schaffen die auch jedes Mal, ihren Charme da reinzubringen. Ne? Man merkt immer, dass es Battlefield.
Schauen wir mal, was die Leute hier zu sagen haben.
On an absolutely epic scale. And this incredibly divergent technology they used, that's fantastic.
So what do you mean divergent technology.
So
My brain doesn't work that fast.
No, okay, mine doesn't either, by the way. But what that means is that you get to experience some really cool and unique experiences, like these fierce cavalry charges alongside tanks and biplanes and these massive air battles that took place. And this was also a time when there's the up and close combat was still a viable option, so there will be a lot more brutal and close combat as well, which is pretty cool to bring you as an experience.
Who doesn't love good close quarters combat? I'm a big fan. But you guys aren't just elevating the gameplay itself, you're taking us into a new era.
Yes, that's right. We're bringing World War I to our players. So this is, as I said, the dawn of all-out war. And it's the genesis of the modern warfare. And this is why we called it Battlefield 1.
It all makes sense now. I see how you guys did that. Westy, what do you think about that?
Well, it definitely makes sense to me. I really like the contrast that you've got here between the history of World War I and this like
Rockstar, was machst du mit deinem Mikrofon?
And that's like new and fresh. It hasn't been done.
Du knisterst und knarrst, warum? Was ist da los?
I really do think it's going to be the next big thing.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, as we started this game and as we set out to do it, it is all about what new type of gameplay can we provide, and when we started to shape those ideas, starting to dip our toes into what more does this era provide for us, since in the end it is about those gameplay experiences and the tools, all the little things that we provide you on the battlefield that will shape the next generation of your battlefield moments, or my battlefield moments. I hopefully meet you all.
Westy, you said you've actually gotten to play Battlefield 1, which makes me jealous, but what was your experience as you encountered some of the elements?
Well, first of all, I really want to play it again, because it is really just epic to play. But one thing that I did notice moreover than anything else is the physicality of the game. It feels so much more brutal and gritty than previous Battlefield games in the past. That's something new that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, a guy got hit in the face with a shovel.
Yeah, that's probably the best
face shot!
That's probably the best example. And if it makes you excited, then I'm pretty sure the rest of the community are going to be excited as well. So that's pretty cool.
Leaves mark.
So Lars, what do you think the community is going to love?
Hopefully everything, but if you force me to pick, I would say intensity of the battles, and kind of what you're touching upon here, that where the physicality reinforces the immersion, the senses of the battle going on the battlefield, where my actions and how they affect the world, but also how the world changes and how that affects me. So I'm super excited in seeing you all taking on the battle and how you turn, these beautiful, pristine landscapes into devastated battlefields. That's, I can't wait.
Yeah, and I would also like to say, I think that players will be excited to pilot these all amazing vehicles that probably none of you have played with ever before, including some of the largest ever vehicles we've ever built. So you could imagine that in a 64-player battle, and I would say then that playing the objective has never been more exciting or massive.
And Westy, what was it like for you having,
everything becomes one?
And obviously, immersion does play a big role in the game, but Alex, you mentioned earlier that the heart of the gameplay, team play, is really key. Can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I can only echo what Westy said, but classes and team play are the key for victory, of course. And you as a player, as a soldier, are a critical asset for your team when you play the objective, as we used to say. And Battlefield 1 is fun to play as a lone wolf, but we know it's more fun to play when you're in a squad together. So we made it even more fun and rewarding to play as a team. So we added this new system we call the persistent squads, for instance. So Westy and I, we're going to team up. Lars, you can maybe join if you... No, you can join us. Basically what that means is that we can go from server to server, from experience to experience in a seamless kind of way. And I will teach Lars how to not be the QA tester for the kill screen anymore.
I'm doing my best.
Yes, you are.
I promise.
I can tell it's a rough gig working with this guy. He's rude. But
personally,
for me, I like having the different weapons available to me in Battlefield. What do I have to choose from in Battlefield 1?
So what we really want to do is to provide the players with meaningful gameplay choices when they are picking their weapons. But of course, we'll have a huge variety of different weapons, including like pistols, shotguns, rifles, sniper rifles, machine guns, light machine guns. And we have these cool melee weapons. You know, you like the shovel, I might like the mace that I will use. And I think a cool thing about the new melee weapons that we're adding is that they all have different pluses and minuses. Some of them are fast, some of them are heavy, and it's all about the type of playstyle that you are that you want to use. So you pick the melee weapon that really fits your playstyle the best. And of course, who wouldn't want a pointy sword at the end of your rifle and charge down and move down your enemies?
So I can just like bayonet a guy right in the chest?
Yeah, you can do that. And it looks really, really cool when you do it as well. And I mentioned physicality earlier. This is one of the parts of the game that makes it so much more physical, where you're really going for it with that bayonet. It's a really cool thing to see.
It's the only time I really appreciate dying. You can die with a smile, and then yeah, it's a different experience, but the brutality, the physical experiences. Yeah, I die with a smile
all the time.
I deserved it.
Der Fuchs ist ausgetimt, das kann schon mal passieren.
And obviously, when talking about a Battlefield game, the vehicles play an important part. Can you explain a little bit about the vehicles we're going to see in Battlefield 1?
Yeah, so of course, vehicles are at the core of our all-out war gameplay. There's a huge variety of vehicles to choose from, giving some really cool and unique gameplay opportunities.
Ja, rausgeflogen.
So everything from scout planes to bomber planes and tanks, from light tanks to heavy tanks, and some boats, ships, battleships, horses, and
Cool Schiffe.
Can we ride the horses in Battlefield 1?
Sehr geil.
I can either confirm or deny that at this point in time.
That sounds terrible. Wesley, what's your perspective on using some of those elements like a battleship?
Well, obviously it's a battleship, so it's extremely powerful when it's in your hands. You feel unstoppable using that kind of thing, but it always feels like you're contributing to the success of your team. You have this massive firepower, but your ultimate goal is to win over the enemy and make sure your team benefit from you using it. But because this thing is so big, you are just a massive target, and it doesn't take long for the enemy team to figure out what you're doing, and you don't last long after that.
Yes. Beauty of rock, paper, scissors.
Exactly.
Makes sense. See, Alex, we talked about multiplayer today, but I know you guys that you have the team. You guys are creating a pretty great campaign for the game. Can you tell us about the campaign and what we can expect?
Yeah, it's more than pretty great. But essentially, what we want to do is to add more.
Ja, die meisten wollten nur den Trailer sehen, ne?
That might sound
Ist halt so.
But what we're doing is we're adding a variety of vehicles, we're adding more gameplay, more agency, and more player choice, and more ways for you to experience all these cool Battlefield moments. Because at the core of this, we're creating a campaign that revolves around these Battlefield moments that we love, and that's how we started, and that's how we built the campaign around that. Now, in the campaign, we're going to tell us stories about the destinies of several different people, and how they react to the world changing around them, and how that changes them back. So we will be providing different, and we'll dive more into those details in the next coming months. We have to wait.
Well, fine. All right. We're going to take some questions from the audience here and from the live stream. Coop, questions?
Yes. So, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Tommy from Two Angry Gamers, and I would love to know more about destruction. Destruction's a huge part of Battlefield now, and I think I speak for a lot of people in this room and around the world when I say we would like to blow everything up. Can we do that?
Yes. Yeah, can we do that? Can we do that?
Sounds like music in my ears. Yes, we all love destruction, and I think it's something that is truly unique for Battlefield. And of course, I mean, with the communication with the community, the feedback from community and our own wishes is really to push the boundary for destruction in the dynamic world. Since, to be honest, we're stepping back to an era where the destructive power was enormous. There were thousands upon thousands artillery shells fired in the day. We see plenty of the vehicles up here that do massive destruction. So we feel that pushing this and giving that into the hands of the players will be a really strong part of what this game is all about.
Yeah, and we actually had Westy over a couple of months ago playing a map when he was in the battleship, actually. And then we actually got to the point where there was actually too much destruction. So I think it's
Is there such a thing?
Apparently there is.
It's the first time we've gotten that.
Yeah, this is news to me as well. But apparently what we need to find is to strike a balance between what breaks the gameplay and what keeps it dynamic and emergent as possible. So that's the balance we're striving for. But as much as possible goes, obviously, because that's what we want to do.
You will leave a mark.
Yes.
Nice. Cool. Question me.
Yep. All right. Hey, my name is X Factor, and it looks like tanks are to be feared again in the Battlefield franchise. How's vehicle gameplay going to be different in Battlefield 1?
So that's a great question. So I mentioned earlier that we would be having kind of different types of tanks, everything from light to heavy tanks. And what's cool about these vehicles is that
Das ist schon mal cool, dass sie mit der Community auch Fragen beantworten.
Sehr geil. One tank and apply that knowledge to other tanks because they're unique in the way they look and they perform and they play. And I think it's up to the players to find out and figure out all the little quirks from how they perform and what you're supposed to do with them. And of course, we have we're bringing back some sort of rather large tanks, so you can bring your whole squad into the tank almost, or I think we can, the whole squad. Yes, thank you, Lars.
Of course.
Yeah. Yes, the full tank, which is pretty exciting, and so there's a huge variety, and I think that it's all about figuring out the quirks and the details and how that thing works.
Yeah, I mean, these were times where tanks were built out of necessity to push through the front lines, and with that, everyone had their own take on how they were to be built and shaped. And instead of seeing that as something negative, we've taken that and embraced it to create different types of experiences. And it wasn't until later wars where they decided that this is the best solution and then minor tweaks. So for this, it's a great opportunity for us to build new gameplay experience where all tanks are different. So, good stuff.
Cool.
You got another question?
Hi, my name is Berdu, and we saw some flamethrower action in the trailer. So what can you tell us about the flamethrower dude?
Oh, the flamethrower dude. I didn't think anyone saw that guy.
Flamethrower action.
I want to be the flamethrower dude. No, we have a huge variety of weapons and gadgets that we'll be playing around with, and this guy will play a special role as well, and that's something that we are going to have to dive into the details in the next couple of months, but definitely it will somehow be in your hands.
Yeah, what's super interesting for us is really this was where the old world met the new world, and we want to depict this. So the variety of tools.
Ich muss gleich eine Runde Battlefield spielen.
Ja, können wir gerne machen.
Ja, ich hab Bock drauf.
So, und nochmal ein Hinweis an die Zuschauer, wem das jetzt hier zu lange dauert, ja, dann bitte jetzt oben rechts gucken in die Card, ja, da könnt ihr direkt nochmal den Trailer sehen und kommt zum nächsten Video. Ansonsten noch viel Spaß beim weiter anschauen.
Oder sich ein Eis nehmen oben, kann man auch.
Ja, oder den linken Button und dann kriegt ihr ein Eis. Ja. Oder einen Glückskeks. Oder einmal auf dem Arm, das könnt ihr aussuchen.
And we're even adding a new type of flavor that we're adding to these weapons. I can't go into too much details about what that is right now, but I think that you'll appreciate us taking what we had and kind of developing that a little bit further and to provide even more, customization options that I know you guys love and like so much. Gas, and the counter to that obviously will be the gas mask. This is up to you, obviously, whether or not you want to charge through that area. You want to try to find a way around the area with the gas. Again, this is to provide, unique gameplay flavors, and how you utilize that is all up to you, and how you want to charge through it or not, that's also up to you. So it's an interesting flavor.
Yeah, it's about finding the varieties and providing all of these different tools into the toolbox to give even more variety, more choice, and more things to adapt to. And the one who does it fastest wins, I guess, or smartest.
Awesome. Well, thank you, crowd questions. Thanks, chat questions. And thank you guys. I mean, Alex, any last remarks?
Yeah, so Battlefield is a huge game. And what you saw today was only a small part of what the game is about and what we've been working on for these last few years. But we will be showing you more in the next couple months.
I can't wait to play again, and I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it either.
So,
yeah. That's what matters in the end.
Then it's time for me to step in and say that, don't worry. we have a couple of opportunities coming up, since first and foremost in about a month we have EA Play coming up in June, where you have the possibility of getting first hands-on with the game. And then later on you can get early access to the open beta by becoming a Battlefield insider. So go in on battlefield.com and sign up, and there will be news.
I mean, obviously, we have to get to the £1 million question. Can you give us a legit release date?
Oh.
A confirmed release date?
Ja, dann werden wir uns anmelden für die Open Beta, ne?
Ja.
Okay, I'll give you the official word then. So the official worldwide release is October 21st.
21. Oktober, sehr geil.
Nice.
Also Leute, 21. Oktober vormerken, Battlefield 1. Das wird bestimmt richtig, richtig nice. Ich freue mich jetzt schon.
As for our EA Access and Origin Access member, we'll get play the game before it's released with the Play First trials on Xbox One and PC.
Hab ich Urlaub.
Awesome. You guys, thank you so much for coming and showing us and the world and the millions and millions of people watching the brand new Battlefield 1 trailer. Hopefully the Battlefield fans enjoyed the show. Make sure you stay in touch with Battlefield on all their social channels, and we'll see you on the battlefield.
Yes.
Can we play the trailer again? Can we play the we can? Let's play the trailer one more time. Play the trailer!
Bring it on.
Ja, und zum Schluss nochmal den Trailer.
Sieht schon geil aus.
Sehr nice, sehr nice. Ich bin sehr gespannt. Ja, unten steht, thanks for watching. Ich danke vielmals fürs Zuschauen. Die Battlefield-Weltpremiere mit dem neuen Trailer Battlefield 1. Wir sind alle sehr gespannt. Wir werden es bestimmt alle zocken. Ich freue mich auf die Open Beta. Wahrscheinlich kommt auch noch eine Closed Beta, denn so war es in der Vergangenheit auch. Und natürlich endlich auf den Release. 21. Oktober ist Stichtag Battlefield 1. Ich freue mich. Also, bis zum nächsten Mal. Bis dahin, macht's gut und ciao.
Das ist mal so. Tiger.